everyone. I am Minakshee, Assistant Professor of Pragati College of Education, Dagapur, Siliguri. Hope all you are doing well in this hard situation. Today, I am going to give you lecture on paper number 6, and this is a 4th semester, and there I am going to teach you unit number 1, that is gender issues, key concepts. In this bullet, first I am going to give you lecture on what is sex, what is gender, and how to differentiate between these two concepts, why it is important to distinguish both these concepts. Let's know about the concept of sex and gender. Sex is a biological differences between male and female at a basic level. Human beings are either born as a male or female, although there is a very small segment of babies that present a mixed anatomical distribution. Biological differences of male and female reflect its chromosome. As we know, male chromosomes are X, Y, and female chromosomes that is XX. Sex organs, hormones, and other physical features we need medical intervention to change the sex. When we think biological differences, we also need to keep in mind that biology, like other area of knowledge, is also not absolute or fixed. The instance of occurrence of intersex should make us aware of dangers of biological essentialism. Unlike sex, gender is socially constructed. Let's see how this social construction happens once the baby is born. Social structures such as a family, society, and other social cultural practices determine differences based on a sex of the child. The differences including cloth, behavior, social role, positions, identity, and responsibility. Let's examine the term sex and gender using examples and real life stories. When a new baby born arrives, an entire family celebrates with the enthusiasm. Celebration differs based on a sex differences of a newborn baby. First, the family and the society determine clothes of the baby following the pattern of the color coding. If it is a female child, then they tend to buy pink color clothes and toy like doll and cooking utensils, etc. At the same time, if the child is a male, they buy blue clothes and toy like car and bike. The family and society also creates conditioned responses which are different for a female society, and the family and society also create conditioned responses which are different from the male and the female child. The little girl is called a pretty little angel, and the little boy is told to be brave, strong, and not to cry, since crying is a female attribute. In this way, gender is constructed from the moment of a child is born. Gender is constructed in different societies in a very different ways. They mainly focus on expected roles to be played by the female and the male. For imposing these roles on male and female child, uh, the socialization process plays a significant role. The different include uh, productive, reproductive roles, paid and unpaid works, power relation and politics. We will discuss this in detail in the next section. Uh, Gender and gender roles and codes can be questioned by the constructing existing roles and relations of men and women. Society imposes certain roles on men and women. Social structures limited women to act only in a certain way and crying out roles, that is productive and reproductive roles. For example, society imposes reproductive roles on women like caring and nurturing the child. Social structure makes women realize that they are more suitable for reproductive roles than the productive and community or social or public role. Gender is constructed and practiced in society only. This is only a social phenomena. So here we have discussed about masculine gender and feminine gender. Now we are going to discuss stereotyping. What is stereotyping? Gender stereotyping is nothing but a reinforcing feminine masculine qualities and attributes again and again. Gender stereotypes are beliefs which prescribe what men and women should not do and what they can do. It can be changed over a period of time, but the changes are very slow. We can see a few examples of gender stereotype. Women are supposed to be a caring and nurturing kind of warm. They should be interested in children. The above said qualities are perceived for a women in most of the societies. The qualities like intelligence are valued in both men and women. In South Asian societies, women should be presentable and dress properly, and they must be proficient in household chores. So, with regard to profession, girls in Asian societies are encouraged to take up traditional professions like teaching or medicine predominantly, or we can say that nursing, which are related to a reproductive role, that is caring and nurturing mainly. Due to gender stereotype, the process of role reversals of men and women is slow. There is a conflict in the performance at a different level. Media, especially print or visual media also like television or cinema, contributed to gender stereotyping. Most of the commercial cinemas or television serial portray men with the masculine qualities. Women are mostly shown as a dependent. They perform feminine roles in a popular cinemas or television. So, women struggle at a multiple level of convince family and other social structures to pursue their passion. This expectation of adhere to the gender related to the behavior, roles, identity and professions is called gender stereotyping. Like we have some examples. Common gender stereotype for female that should be independent, weak, incompetent, less important, emotional, implementers, housekeepers, supporters, like that. And in other hand, male, their examples which we are identifying in our society, that is powerful, independent, more important, logical, decision maker. Then we can say that breadwinners, leaders, brave, aggressive, adventurous, and outspoken. Like early in our classes also, we have discussed, whenever we are taking the name, like any young boy or girl, whenever they are wondering their better behalf, then if we are going to ask them how you can imagine your life partner, then they are saying like mummy jaisi. So what is the features of your mummy jaisi? Mummy jaisi, it means caring, housekeeper, supporter, fearful, peacemaker, cautious, soft spoken. And in other hand, whenever we are going to talk about any girl, then they are talking about their better behalf, then they are telling like papa jaisi, like aggressive, adventurous, outspoken, competent, breadwinner, and many things more. So it's our social construct. So now we are going to discuss about our patriarchy system, because this is a social phenomena which it's constructed by our forefather. So patriarchy is defined as a rule of male and father. Patriarchal institutions uh, uh, perpetuate dimensions of the male and the subordinates the female. The dominant power relation operation at different level in the society, and discrimination against female or girl at all level. This discrimination not only lead to the curtailing of opportunities and undermining of the women's agency, it may produce violence against women. Patriarchy further demarcates and instance that the private sphere is for women and public sphere for the men. Patriarchal norms are prevalent in social structure like family, society, politics, government, media, and religion. In the patriarchal society, the inheritance of wealth passes to the son, and it is called a patrilineage in patriarchal system. Women are supposed to come to husband's house and live there after marriage. So this is our social system, and it's very prominent in every religion, in every country, and all over the world. So now I am going to talk about the feminism. So feminism is a movement actually. It questions the inferior status of women. The movement demands equal status for men and women. It is also an ideology that works towards empowering women. It is a collective conscience, and any individual or a collective can strive for gender equality, gender equity, and fight against oppression, justice, exploitation, and violence against the women. The term feminist is first used in French medical text in 1871. Feminism is classified based on a movement that merged in various historical periods. The period for first wave feminism was late 19th and early 20th century. During that period, they fought for the women's suffrage. The second wave of feminism or feminist activity or movement were in 1960s. So it's unfortunate it was a very late time, which was 1960s or 70s. But we can say that it was only the scenario of the world, not for the India. They concentrated on women's equal rights in family, at the workplace, and on sexuality. In the beginning of 1990s, the third wave feminism started and it is still continuing. So this much today I am going to discuss about in my this lecture. So hope all you are getting it. Thank you so much. So next lecture will be continuing on this topic. Thank you so much.